Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. In the wake of an explosive game number 1, we look forward to game 2 in this series of Moscow5 versus Secret. M5 taking game 1, turning a lot of heads. Double rapier sniper.
Sniper, man. What a hero.
Ho, ho,
what a
ha,
hero.
ha.
One of the best if you can put all that farm behind, still be able to maintain your composure, put up a strong defense.
What a dumb hero.
Yeah, he's up there, man. Him and Troll, they're just dumb. I just don't get it.
They're just
him,
dumb.
Troll, Axe, it's out of control. But there he is again. What a surprise! First pick though. This time he will be in the hands of Team Secret, and they stick to their old tried and true. They ban out the Troll and the Axe follow up. Now on the side of Moscow5, banning out the other tried and true Secret favorites, getting rid of the Chen, getting rid of the Shadow Fiend. And now they pick up their Vengeful Spirit. So what do they do now against the Sniper? They clearly know how to use the hero. Let's see if they know how to go against it.
Yeah, I'm more surprised that they let the Sniper through. Banning out the Shadow Fiend, yeah, that seems worthy. But Sniper is just not fun to play against.
Yeah. I don't know about this Batrider pick. Yeah, Batrider's a fantastic hero.
He's great against Sniper.
You already,
on,
yeah, he's great against Sniper, of course. Yeah. But you already have a Vengeful Spirit. You don't have to worry about them really going for a Batrider. You could have done a Clockwork.
Well, what do you mean? They picked Batrider last time against Avenge, Moscow5,
no, Secret did. They lost.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So Secret, so this go around you pick up the Avenge.
Against
like, Secret might still pick the Batrider. I don't know,
but I think a Clockwork is kind of more of a counter to Sniper than Batrider could even be.
Yeah, he's got that longer range, which makes it a bit easier. We saw in that game there were a few times where S4 wanted to initiate but couldn't do it because you have to still get pretty close with the Blink Dagger. And Clockwork does have a leg up on him on that
Secret
front.
could still get a couple of Batrider counters here. We'll have to see. Other notable good counters to Sniper that could still be promptly grabbed is the Storm Spirit. Probably something else that Secret would need to look out for. I mean, I don't know how much research they have done on Moscow5. They probably don't know what they play.
I don't think Moscow5 has played much with this roster. This is pretty new.
We don't know as players, though, if they have like a solid Storm Spirit picker, a good Meepo, a good whatever.
I don't think they have a Meepo.
You know what I'm saying? Like, or a good Wisp. I mean, Wisp has been ignored. You know, we could see a sneaking Wisp Tiny from one of these teams.
None of these players ring a bell as being particularly strong with Wisp. I'm trying to think. I know ZXC, Chomi, Afterlife. Renator is the only question mark where I don't know. Maybe he can play Wisp. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it wouldn't be a bad idea to pull out something surprising like that, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
So Secret, they ban out the Jug, then they ban out the Night Stalker. We saw the tried and true now, position 4 Night Stalker from Moscow5 last time. And it seemed a little funky at first, but then it really worked out quite well. He got a lot of kills in that first night, made a lot of space for the Sniper, and well, we saw how that worked out 45 minutes later.
Secret, getting their dazzle. They got the sustained power, the healing power, a little bit of minus armor power. Power. But they need frontliners. They need ways to kind of divert the attention elsewhere. And they're not going to have their luxurious Bristleback offlaner, which could have been a good frontliner, and Axe obviously being banned out as well. Other options that Secret like to go for, now that the Brood is also being banned, where do you go from here for your like potential Zy offlane grab and also S4? They're going to have to consider options there. Maybe they can get a deny pick. If something like Storm Spirit's not grabbed here, maybe they consider grabbing it for themselves. S4 has done some good work on your Storm Spirit.
That's true. They could block that. But there's the win. Good call. So if it's Renator that takes it, I'll feel very proud of myself because he is that one question mark. If someone else is playing it, then I still don't know what I'm talking about. But now, who do they pair with it with? Is this just a Wisp Tiny, you think? Most likely. Bristle's been banned. Who else is likely?
PPA, Gyrocopter, Ursa.
Ursa, yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. It actually was. I think it's a Tiny. I mean, Tiny is very good against Sniper. Craggy alone is a pretty
Secret
good tool.
see this and they're like, we can't deny pick a Tiny. What do we do? Do we get like a Viper for S4? Oh, they get a Brew.
Okay.
That's good. Brew. Cyclone helps out.
S4 Brew is very good. Witch Doctor could be another support they look towards. Very good against the Wisp with the coconuts. S4 Brew is very scary, though. He can make a lot of space. And makes me wonder how they'll lane this, though. I would imagine Sniper goes mid, and they safe lane. Is it an off lane Brewmaster? Maybe the Brewmaster is your Zy hero.
They could Zy off lane this Brew. Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of options.
Moscow5, they've already committed a couple of supports now. They don't have a good silence to prevent the Brew from getting off the split, and their only real stun as of right now is Vengeful Spirit. So when they do consider their next couple of options here, maybe they might need to consider an additional bit of silence, an additional bit of lockdown. Still need that gap closing. Silence and gap closing. Storm Spirit, still possible option. They don't have to commit to putting this Wisp in the mid lane.
You can do Wisp Storm. That's a combo we've seen.
I've done it with Charlie.
Yeah,
I've supported my man Charlie, EG Charlie, with the Storm Spirit.
It's really
Wisp.
good. I mean, Storm uses a lot of resources. He can always use more mana from his Wisp buddy. He's already very mobile, so being able to relocate him to like the back of a fight and then zip across, that kind of stuff, can be rather potent. They go with the Slark. So Wisp Slark, it's actually one I had in my head, but you don't see it very often. Slark's a hero that doesn't really need the Wisp in a lot of ways. He's already pretty elusive, gets along by himself, and he's one that it's hard for the Wisp to stay tethered to because he's pouncing over ledges. He'll usually get a Blink Dagger. He's moving all over the place. So this could be just a Slark pick for the mid lane or something, and then we'll see what they grab with the Wisp.
I mean, give this Slark a Shadow Blade, and he could help set up the relocates for this Wisp. If it's not a Slark Wisp, I mean, they could still.
He could be that scouting. They could still, for a Wisp Tiny.
Yeah, it could be a safe lane farming Slark, off lane Bat, and then the 5th pick is the pair for the mid lane. Whether it be the Tiny or I could also imagine a PA. PA also works good closing the gap, getting in the face of Sniper, has that natural blur to help against the Sniper. Could work out, but they give K-God one of his favorites in the signatures, the Kuroki.
All right.
Kuroki to Kuroki Rubik.
Never sad to see the Kuroki Grand Magus. Some decent spells to steal this game. Venge, Bat Rider, Slark. Some pretty potent abilities. Not an obvious Rubik game, but it's in the comfort zone for Secret. Gives you that instant disable. Fade Bolt comes in handy as well. Just a solid pick. So final bans. This is a tough final ban for Secret. Do you assume that the Slark is paired with the Wisp? Do you assume something different? I would be very tempted to still ban the Tiny here. Moscow5, they're in a similar boat. With that ambiguous Brewmaster, do you look for a mid ban?
I would imagine safe lane is probably still the option here for Secret. They ban out the
Clockwork. Yeah, that's the angle that Moscow5
Oh, off lane. Okay. All right.
So they are assuming it's a safe lane brew. Or a mid brew with Sniper in the safe lane.
Mid brew with a Sniper in the safe lane. No, Arteezy's not going to play brew, but he could do safe lane farm.
I feel like this is either a PA or a Tiny ban, if they're somewhat confident it's not a Slark pairing. If not, this is a...
I feel Moscow5 at this point are like, we know that we're going to take one of the two.
They banned the Centaur, so they think it's a Wisp Slark pairing. And that Moscow5 want an offlaner.
It could be.
I really don't know. It could go either way. Maybe Moscow5 don't know, and they're trying to figure it out themselves as this draft starts to conclude. Very hard to predict here.
It's probably going to be the Tiny.
They have an
Is it though? Is it though? I mean, I don't know if there's a lot behind this Tiny. You don't have the benefit like a Troll, the Bloodlust, additional attack speed, overpower. I mean, overcharge is plenty enough, but I don't know. PA Tiny just seems to be the two that stand out to me at this point.
Yeah. I mean, Slark can be a very potent space creator, and that's why I'm thinking that he might be there to create space for the Wisp +1. You know, him and Bat Rider, once they get Blink Daggers, they can just move around and be a mobile ganking squad, and if they get in over their heads, there it is. You get the relocate out. So it is that space-creating Slark, and it will be the classic Wisp Tiny.
I like this play from Moscow5.
I like the way they drafted it.
They waited it out, and you know what? It's game 2, and they might have caught Secret off guard with this Wisp Tiny. I
think they might have. With that Centaur ban, I think they did.
Moscow5 come in here. They are replacements to the Virtus Pro Squad that just disbanded, or the official word just came out, earlier today,
like 8 hours ago. I think.
Moscow5, they get their short notice to come in, and they get the tough task of having to take on Secret as their first matchup, and they take game number 1. I mean, they've already impressed. Even if they get their ass beat here and next game, I think it's still props to them for coming in late notice. They take game 1.
Game 1 was very impressive.
Game 2 now coming in, pulling out a Wisp Tiny like this.
What was impressive about that game 2 for Moscow5 wasn't the ending with the Rapier, but it was that middle period when they were still pretty underfarmed and they just held the base so damn well. They played with so much control. They didn't go out too far. They didn't get hyper aggressive. They stayed patient and just found those little pickoffs. And after a while, 1 pickoff turns to 2, and it really adds up if you can get, 5+ heroes killed. And then they slowly turned it around. So they could do it here. I wonder how Secret are feeling right now. If they're kind of shaking off that last game, like, all right, I was an out draft or whatever they chalk it up to. Let's just move into game 2 fresh. Or if that got under their skin a little bit. Being 96% favorites, I could see that loss maybe messing with you a little bit.
Here comes the core disruptor. No, I don't.
This is so hard to guess. It's a core of some sort.
It's the Zy. I would imagine the Zy S4 hero.
Yeah, it's got to be one of those. It depends what they do with the brood, or the brew rather. I feel like they need more control. They just don't have enough lockdown right now. You've got telekinesis and boulder toss.
I'm sure Puppy's like, dang, I can't believe I committed to the Dazzle when Enigma would have been a dream in this matchup. But
yeah,
Queen of Pain. It's going to be the S4, I imagine. Queen of Pain.
It is Renator that takes the Wisp.
All right, fine. You
High
get
five that dude. Come on now. I know
right.
some shit about Moscow5. That felt good.
There we go. Okay. No, Zy right now at least going to be opting for the Queen of Pain, but we've seen both him and S4 switch very similar hero grabs, whether it's the Brew, whether it's the Queen of Pain, whether it's an Axe, whether it's a Bristle.
They should have taken Silencer here, man.
They share. Silencer.
The Klop final pick is good, though, I think. Pretty elusive, big damage, can just blow up the Wisp. That's what I was thinking about the pure damage. You can just melt the Wisp.
Yeah.
If you can find the initiation, of course.
I'm just curious now how they're going to look to lane this. I mean, it seems pretty cut and dry for Moscow5 unless they want to make an audible call. You know, your off-lane Bat, your support Vengeful Spirit, and then possibly a setup of a mid-lane Tony Wisp with a support, or not support, but a safe lane farming Slark. Whereas Secret, they have more options to kind of be flexible with their laning setup here as far as where they want to put the Queen of Pain, where they want to put this Brew, and where they would like to end up placing this Sniper. So I'm curious to see. We could even see some early movement specifically from the side of Moscow5 to get that extra bit of intel as far as what the lanes are going to be and how Secret could look to adjust.
I have to say here, Dakota, I think this M5 roster is a little scarier. Secret gonna have that. They're gonna have their work cut out for them here. So let's run through some rosters, see who's doing what. Radiant side, it will be Arteezy that takes the Sniper. Looks like he'll be headed to the safe lane. Kuro on his signature Rubik. No surprise there. He rocking his own Rubik set. Yeah, of course. Of course.
What a guy.
Look at that. Beautiful. So we've got Zy on the Queen of Pain, and that puts S4 on the Brewmaster. Looks like off-lane Quap, mid-Brew, and that'll leave us with Puppy here on the Dazzle with his beautiful Dazzleator.
Yep. Radiant side, the late replacements Moscow5 stepping in for the now disbanded Virtus Pro. And their roster here, we got Chomi, who put the team on his back last game on his double Rapier Sniper, now going to be playing your Tiny side-by-side with... You said Renator?
Renator
the Hater. He's going to be playing your Wisp, or the EO, if you will, Big'em. He's going to be playing your support Vengeful Spirit. That's going to go ahead and leave Batrider in the off lane on Afterlife, or Afterlife playing your Batrider, rather. And then, of course, to round things out, it's going to be ZXC playing your core Slark in the safe lane.
Yes, sir. So, looks like fairly straightforward lanes from Moscow5. They don't do anything crazy. They do the standard Wisp Tiny Mid. This will make things a little more difficult for Zy. They can harass with the toss, even though he can blink away. Quap pretty squishy, will be in some trouble if she gets caught by the cover. You see him running out a couple of branches there.
Nice thing for Wisp is he was able to grab that early rune, so he gets straight to the bottle. The bottle's already en route. This little piggy is going to deliver it. The Emperor Pig. I don't know what the hell that is, but there's your bottle. Thank you very much, and now your Wisp has the bottle to work with here, and we'll try to take control of these runes, and this is where things can get exciting real quick. He's already level 2, so both Tether and the balls, as you can see, going to be zoning back Zy from this lane and allowing Tiny to get some early CS gains.
Yeah, mid lane going very well for Moscow5. As a 2v1, you really would expect it to. They do switch it up. It seemed like Quap would be in the off lane, but now they put S4 down bottom with Puppy. Ends as a 2-1-2 for Secret. They want to make sure that S4 does find some decent farm. They'll be relying on his well-timed Blink Dagger to do some work in the mid-game here. Starting to interrupt the pulls. Big Num not going to get all of the last hits he would like here. They'll share some XP. Yeah, S4 getting a fair bit out of this. So how's the off lane going? Or I guess the top lane. Batrider not having a fun time. Getting zoned out hard by Kuro, and Arteezy, he is securing himself some free farm. So Batrider will head back to the jungle. We see actually a dire ping on this hard camp here. Maybe a sign that they want to block it. Nope. I think just seeing the Bat Rider out of lane, saying this is probably where the Bat Rider is.
Yeah, more than likely he's going to go there. More than likely Wisp is going to be making stacks there. Originally those stacks would have been optimized for Tiny to farm up, but obviously they're probably going to have to send that over to Bat Rider, as he is not going to be able to hold his own in the lane, getting zoned back pretty hard from KotlGuy and allowing Arteezy to get free will in his sniper farm. So with that, Bat Rider needs to find farm somewhere, for God's sake, so he'll just forfeit to the jungle and at least get a bit of a head start there. And, well, it's the nice thing going for Arteezy and Sniper is they have no threat whatsoever. But the threat could come. Moscow5, once they're able to get that level 6 onto their Wisp, the mid-game begins to become pretty exciting.
ZXC has played a lot of Slark in his day. If I recall correctly, that was one of his signature heroes back in the days of Power Rangers. Just something else that's coming to mind here that could bode well for Moscow5. We'll see a little duel about the bottom rune. Renator gets to bottle up the bounty. Great news for the Wisp. And up top, there'll be an Invis picked up by Kuro. See what he's able to do with this. Maybe a rotation mid. If they can find a kill on the Tiny, that would certainly be great. Though it might be a little ambitious. Looks like Kuro more interested in a potential courier snipe. But look at this courier movement here. Very wise from the Radiant side. They pull it into the tree line.
Smart piggy.
It really is. Kuro actually almost finds it too. Instead, scouts out the Bat Rider and we'll just stand by and leech some XP to find his level 2.
Yeah. Maybe hoping Bat Rider will take some free shots on these neutrals and he can take it back. But haha, my creep fool. Haha. KotlGuy, see you later.
Instantly gets spam pinged by the Bat Rider. He's like, guys, there's a Rubik in our jungle. Help.
Do something about it. What can we do? I don't know. Something.
Even just his presence here, very intimidating to Moscow5. They will start to converge.
Oh!
Is this a kill onto Kuro?
It
They've
could
got it
be.
together.
The balls.
Line this up. Telekinesis. Do the balls have the damage?
Oh, God, trying to catch him with them. Oh, God. One more auto attack.
There it is. First blood drawn by the Wisp. Renator gets it. And Kuro at first looked like a great play to try to bully out the Bat Rider. Ends up backfiring. Will cost him his life.
Yep.
Well
Good
played by M5, though.
Yeah.
Avenge rotated all the way from the bottom lane and caught him.
Wisp will take the extra bonus bounty, get the extra XP to get started towards that level 6. Good for him. Bottom lane, a little bit of harassment onto your Slark, but he's able to hold his position. You know, very elusive hero in his own right, so should be able to stay close enough to kind of get into the levels. He's level 4 right now at 3 minutes and 30 seconds in. Not too shabby. Would obviously love to have more CS. Only 6 and 1 on your Slark, who's supposed to be farming it up. It's pretty rough because on the other side of the map, you're going to see Arteezy at 23 and 10 on his sniper. He's going to have a good early boom.
Yeah, exactly. That is the big thing going in favor of Secret right now. S4 is also farming very nicely against the Slark. The presence of Puppey has really helped him out. ZXC really feeling the hurt of this dual off lane. Just boot Stout Shield. He may still be able to recover. I'll be curious to see what build Arteezy goes for. Maybe he'll pick up a Midas. It's something Arteezy likes to do when he gets this kind of free farm early on with a lot of space in lane. Could be a good option for him, though. It could also extend this window where Tiny can just combo him down. ZXC down bottom, initiated on again, but he'll survive.
Yeah, things can get a bit scary here. Definitely the second Chomi reaches level 5. Then the nuke power becomes pretty big. That together with the spirits.
Secret are way out farming them, though. Look at this. It's 1,500 net worth and experience in favor of the Dire, and they're down a kill. So that just speaks to how well they're farming in these lanes.
Yeah.
All 3 of their cores doing quite nicely, actually.
I think that's more on how well the sniper is definitely doing top, and plus their bottom lane is doing very, very well finding the farm.
Well, compare the offlaners here. You've got Brewmaster versus Bat. Bat's got 7 last hits. Brew has 26.
Yeah.
If you look at the safe lane farmers, can you even compare? I mean, maybe you look at Tiny compared to the sniper, in which case the sniper's still winning. Then you've got ZXC, who's got as many CS as Puppey does right now. So, yeah, M5 are losing these lanes pretty hard, actually, even though they got that first blood.
They're definitely going to have to wait a bit. Slark is just going to have to put his farm game on hold until this Wisp and Tiny can maybe consider going on some gank missions, and then he can look to find his own way. But priority seems to be on this Wisp Tiny to kind of have a good early start, which you can't really blame him for. This dynamic duo has brought together a lot of wins for a lot of teams, and definitely warrants a lot of the first bans, but
yeah,
they're looking to see if they can make it happen here.
Tiny's already got his power treads. We'll see what build he opts for. Usually, like, power tread, drum, Ags is your pretty standard build. He could just go straight for the Ags, but usually you want the drums just for that extra little buffer in your mana pool so you can combo a little bit easier. And you have plenty of regen, but at this point it's really just an issue of max mana for Tiny more than anything else.
Nice little pull to the high ground, but Vengeful Spirit's going to just TP thereafter, and there's no way they're going to stop him.
Yeah, nice heads-up play from Big Nom. Meanwhile, at the bottom, there'll be a little skirmish over the bounty rune. Dazzle will pick it up, pushes back Renator. Quap comes in, actually looks for a potential kill, but...
She has Sonic!
Okay, aggressive blink forward, looks for the Sonic onto 2, gets the kill on Wisp. Shallow Grave keeps Zai alive, and the haste rune will further secure his retreat. Nicely played.
Yeah, good call out there. I don't know if it was from Puppy or Zai, but they make the committed jump after being scouted out from Puppy. And once he lines up the shot, he gets it there. So good work from Zai. Gets the kill. Certainly helps out his 1 versus 2 matchup in the mid lane. And top lane, Arteezy still has the free lane to work with and is about to have a free tier 1 tower.
Venge will come in. Maybe hope for a deny here. This should be easy pickings for Arteezy.
Nope.
No, it's not. It still is killed by the Dire. So
that
no
looked
deny.
like a deny.
That was
a photo finish of a deny.
Yeah. But still doesn't go to Arteezy, so I suppose a minor victory there for M5 despite losing that early tower. Eek, the net worth chart is scary.
Bottle abuse. Bottle abuse. Someone report him mid lane. Puppy's going to pick up the bottle, refill it for Zai, and hand it back.
Sharing is caring.
Oh, didn't hand it back quick enough. Lost 1 charge.
That's unfortunate.
Come on.
All right. So Tiny really the saving grace for M5 right now, and as I say that, he gets initiated on, takes a huge amount of damage. The tether's there from Renator. He'll heal him up. But tough for Chomi right now. Still not really at that window where he can make the big plays. Their other lanes are just suffering so much. Slark, he is 9 out of 10 on overall net worth. He has 9 CS right now. He can't even get close to the creep wave because S4 is there ready to blast him with a thunderclap. Top lane, Big Nom. This is a kill, I think. Yes, it is. Arteezy gets a solo onto the bench.
Arteezy is getting so much frickin' farm. It's going to be a bit of a problem here for Moscow5. But bottom lane engagement, stun toss combo into S4, pulls out the split. Now he's got to get the hell out of there and split himself. But Chomi not going to go too far. Cyclone's going to catch him here, and poor little Wisp does not have level 6 to try to relocate him out. They get a nice grab onto the Tiny and take him down.
Yeah, first primal split comes out of S4, yields a kill, and also on that high-value target. Now all of a sudden, Secret way in the lead. Nearly 6,000 net worth, 3,000 experience. This is the Team Secret we're more accustomed to seeing here, with a very early lead, dominating these lanes, and this big game will be very difficult for Moscow5. Though, Bat Rider is close to his blink. That is one thing they have going their way, aside from Tiny's mediocre farm.
The unfortunate thing is because he has a bit of mediocre farm, because normally you wouldn't have to be having an offlaner forfeit and take over the jungle. This would be where Wisp stacks up these camps, and then they quickly do it together, and the next thing you know, Wisp gets his level 6, and Tiny gets a component or 2 towards his Agnum Scepter, but they can't do that at all. They have to leave it for Bat to get his Blink Dagger, and then they hope that that's going to be enough.
That's a really good point, honestly. That's where a lot of that fallback farm for Tiny comes from. If you can go get like 1,000 gold or so from a 3-4 stack in the jungle, that makes such a big difference here at the 10-minute mark. So maybe not the most efficient setup with their hero choices, but this set of kills will get Afterlife his Blink Dagger, level 6 on the Bat as well. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, okay, ZXC is just fine. Just taking some damage. They still have just not contested this sniper. Look at this. Arteezy goes first item Blink Dagger on the sniper. So no Midas, no Sanj and Yasha.
No Morbid Mask.
They're just going blinks here. Yeah, no Mask of Madness, like you said. S4, he gets his blink also. Yeah. So just as Bat is ready to find some initiation, Secret has the tools to try and counter-initiate.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, snipers are going to be more elusive. There's the debut of the blink onto the mid lane, though. They get a hold of Puppy.
Well, down he goes.
And they kill the Puppy.
That's an easy pickup. Nothing the Dazzle can do there. Locked in place from full to 0. No chance for a grave. That's going to happen. But Blink Dagger, reveal, a kill on a Dazzle. That's not too bad for Secret. Of all the heroes to go down, I think Puppy is pretty high on their list of sacrificial lanes.
There's a point where I feel like Arteezy's got to be like, am I really just going to have this lane and just kind of do my own thing the whole time?
This reminds me a little bit of the game 2 from yesterday against Duza, when Zai was like, oh, you guys do whatever you want. I'm just going to free farm for the first 15 minutes. That's kind of what Arteezy's doing here, where it's 4 versus 5 with just a farming sniper.
Yeah, and it works so well for him as a gyrocopter with a silly build. I imagine it's going to work even better as a sniper who's going more of a standard. I mean, maybe not too standard getting the early blink, but yeah, this hero, we already saw last game how he can do serious work with a serious amount of farm, and Arteezy's looking to show Moscow5 like, hey, I'm a sniper player. I'll show you how we can do it.
Bottom lane, Puppy. Does he get initiated on here? ZXC connects with the pounce, but he's taking tower shots. Not really ideal. He goes into Dark Pack, but S4 thunderclaps the ground. He's dead. Back towards the mid lane. Big Num taking a lot of damage. Zai in very deep. No blink. Looks like he got lassoed in, but he does at least get a kill before he dies as Tiny denies the tower. So 1 for 2 around the map. Was a nice kill on Slark, though I did miss some of the action in the mid lane.
This Whiff needs to get level 6. It's about to be minute 12, and he's still level 5. That relocate could have been a game changer for maybe a couple of these last skirmishes, whether it's going from one lane to the other. They make their jump on the Chomi here. Clap, get the hell out of here as he tosses back the Brew, but they toss him right back in, and now it's S4 who gets the drop.
What a play from Kuro. Steals the toss, gives it right back to him. It's hot potato on S4.
That was wonderful.
Those are the kind of plays that you expect out of the Kuro Rubik. He is just on point. Always thinking a step ahead.
You know that when you play a hero a lot and you're just used to kind of matchups like this and you see stuff like that happen, you're just quick to react. Doesn't even take the second to think about it. Gets the toss steal, tosses him right back in. It's free Blink Dagger. Makes it work. But, hey, Wisp is able to throw together level 6 now. We'll see if using this relocate could be something to turn things right back on the head of Secret, but Secret already have built together quite the bit of farm, and here's our first relocate of the game. Zyori going to mid lane now. They get the toss combo onto Puppy.
He gets off the grave.
Gets the grave off.
His team is nearby. Can they try to turn this around? Puppy still falls. They're starting to converge, but they can't get here fast enough. In comes S4. Clap on 3. There's your split. Relocate out, but he sees Big Num, isolates the Venge, and he'll do some work here. Meanwhile, off to the side, Afterlife goes down as he tries to TP home. And they're just going to continue on here. Kuro taking some damage in the front lines, but now the fight's broken out. Chomi goes down without a Wisp to save him. Assassinate. That's the end of ZXC. This is about to be a 5-hero wipe for just the Dazzle. They may have found the relocation, Dakota, but it's going to cost them their entire team as Arteezy gets an ultra kill.
Oh, my God. Okay, well, Team Secret showing it how it's done as a sniper here in game number 2. Game number 1 went pretty long, but this one's looking like Secret are going to consider game 1 a fluke, and they want to just decimate Moscow5 here.
Yep.
4 to 11.
Grabs his nether regions and yells, "Relocate this!" as they take a very successful team fight. Now, how do you deal with the sniper at this point? 8K net worth compared to the nearly 5 of Tiny. If this keeps up, Arteezy is just going to be unstoppable. He's now got the Yasha. Farming tools coming about, but forget about farming creeps, man. He's just farming heroes. 6-0-1.
Yep. Once he gets that Mask of Madness, if that's what he decides to do first, he could just go straight for a Sage and Yasha. I mean, it's not too bad. Getting up that extra bit of health will help you with... If they are able to get a hold of him with a relocate or some way, the combo could still one-shot him.
I think Sanjay Nash is like perfect in a game like this. 14 minutes in, you've got a huge lead. You want to be combative, keep taking objectives, bring the fight to them. SNY is perfect for that. Puppy again relocated on. He knows it's coming. Preemptively Graves. Shomi hits him with a stun, but the combo's not there. Puppy, he may die again, but we remember how it happened last time. Wisp gets assassinated. Shomi gets left behind. Venge will finish off the Dazzle with a scream. But, okay, he TP's home. Still a 1 for 2. Tiny's dead for just a Dazzle. Afterlife tries to make it to the high ground. A scream. Oh, they could have killed him, but didn't have the vision for it. S4 with his signature haste rune. They should just stop using relocate at this point, I think, is really what the game plan should be.
This is...
We're 2 for 2 with a relocate that has turned into a pretty bad exchange.
And Tiny went with a Blink Dagger. That feels weird to me. On a Tiny Wisp, if it was a solo a la carte Tiny game, then I understand you need that bit of mobility. But in these kind of games, if you're playing with a Tiny Wisp, maybe at most you go for a Drums to help with your mobility a bit. But you got to go right for the Agnum Scepter. That's where your bread and butter is. That's where you can bring in the accelerated farm, and that's where you can take the towers pretty damn fast.
Especially when you have a Slark on your team who's so underfarmed, you need to be that big bag carry. If you're not the one in the front lines punching people, there's nobody in the front lines punching people. And without an Aghanims, it just doesn't work that well. I totally agree with you, my friend. Now Secret will smoke up. They find Chomi. Primal split. Good swap from Big Num, but it'll probably cost him his life as we go back to PowerPoint Dota. Here goes your Assassinate. Down goes the Venge. Renator. He does have a relocate that's just cooled down, but will it make a difference? Nice tether across the ravine to the Bat Rider. That's a nice play.
He's got Toss stolen again, so get ready for Kuroki to be the Blink Dagger for someone. Oh, relocate up and above. They want to make the go in. S4 gets the slap, takes down the Wisp. Afterlife trying to fly away. Kuroki's going to get vision. He's going to toss someone onto him. Could be Zy here. Nope, Zy's going to blink on forward, and they'll get the kill anyways.
Yeah, they're just falling apart. 16-5. It's Secret that are just steamrolling over Moscow5 now. Nearly a 12,000 gold lead, somewhere about 10,000 experience. Fight after fight, this sniper having a flawless game. Just maxing out that net worth chart. And well, what's he have coming? Something on the courier. That's your Sanjin Yasha. Smart choice.
So smart. We'll move back up and above. 9-0 now on this sniper for Arteezy.
Yeah, he's just had unlimited space this game. He free farmed for the first 10 minutes, then joined his team, and they've just been pretty much 5-manning since then, where he's picked up the majority of the kills. 9 out of the 16 kills they've grabbed have come from Arteezy himself.
Yeah, I mean, this is the games you dream of playing as a sniper in a pub.
They really hate this Dazzle. He almost lassoed the Dazzle there. Chomi blinks forward, doesn't get the combo off. S4, or pardon me, Zy is there.
Too late to relocate. He dies anyways. Oh my god.
Just, they melt. Big Num survives for now. Lasso onto Arteezy. But where's the follow-up damage? ZXC says, I want to fight, but I've got to run. Venge ties to the Sonic Wave on the back end. ZXC dies to the Sniper. And that's it. Another 5-for-0 trade. 17 minutes. Secret wreck him in game number 2. It looks nothing like game.
Sniper! What a hero.
Well, Sniper's 2 for 2 this series, that's for sure.
Yep. Okay.
So, Sniper banned this next game?
Nope.
Did they just somebody pick him up?
No, it will be first pick. It will be, well, this is what happened. It's going to be first pick, I imagine, to Moscow5. But both teams are persistent about their bans as they are. You got to ban out Troll and Axe if you're Secret.
Yeah.
And then that means Moscow5 need to ban out Chen and Shadow Fiend.
Yeah.
One of those teams, if they don't like Sniper enough, they're going to have to change up those bans, which means you're going to leave one of those big heroes left in the pool.
I think Secret may try to choose between the Axe and the Troll. If they don't get first pick, I think they will ban out the Sniper. I mean, that game 1, you just got to respect the Sniper. You see that game, and it's just get rid of that hero. You don't want to play against him.
I'm gonna go the other way. I think I'm gonna see the same bans from both sides, but they might put more priority in changing up their picks if they see a Sniper, like going for that Storm Spirit, going for that Clockwork a bit, or going for those gap closers earlier in the draft. I feel like that's what I would see, but you could be just as right. They could be like, you know what, I'm tired of this Sniper crap. Let's just ban it.
Only time will tell. So going to the ace match, folks. Secret versus Moscow5. This heated best of 3 for Star Ladder Season 12 European Division. Stick around, folks. We've got one more game coming your way.
G2A.com, the best video game store ever! Fast as lightning, solid as a rock, cheap as duck! What's more, you can sell on it because it's also a marketplace. Remember G2A.com, the best video game store ever!